Now, before those debates, questions this morning over whether President Trump's lead as rock solid as the numbers indicate. A new Harvard Caps Harris poll finds Mr. Trump now ahead of his rivals by 58 points. But it also finds that 63% of Mr. Trump's supporters saying there's at least some chance they'd back another candidate in the Republican primary. Let's bring in national political reporter for The Hill, Julia Manchester. Julia, you've seen these numbers. You've crunched these numbers. This poll indicates how much President Biden's decline in popularity is driving Mr. Trump's numbers, not just on the GOP side, but among overall voters.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. And I think one of those groups of voters that we've really been trying to dissect, not only in this poll, which was released to The Hill yesterday, but in a number of other polls, including one NBC News poll released on Sunday. And that's among young Americans, that very critical 18 to 34-year-old group. We have seen that this group, which normally votes or tends to lean towards Democrats, are unhappy with President Biden, and they're unhappy with him because of his handling of the war between Israel and Hamas. We see that this age group tends to be more sympathetic towards the Palestinian cause and more critical of Israel, and we're seeing that play out in this poll. Now, it's very possible that there are obviously other voting groups that play a critical role in electing a president. However, in recent elections, whether it was last week's or earlier this month's off-year elections in Virginia, Ohio, or Kentucky, or the midterm elections in 2022, we see young voters playing a very critical role. And if they decide to stay home because they're likely not going to vote for Trump, that could essentially mean a vote for Trump in the long term.
Yeah, Julia, I think that's what we need to emphasize. I think the misnomer is that those who are somehow unhappy with Mr. Biden would somehow immediately go and vote for Mr. Trump. But what you're saying is that those voters are more likely to be less enthusiastic and just simply stay home. Now, despite this poll suggesting Mr. Trump's supporters are open to switching their votes, it also appears to reject the notion that it's related to his upcoming criminal trials.
Yeah, absolutely. We see that these upcoming criminal trials, as they're playing out to Republican primary voters, aren't necessarily impacting their view of President Trump. In fact, we've seen that in a number of polls. It seems to be galvanizing Republican primary voters around President Trump. It seems to reaffirm their belief and reaffirm President Trump's past statements to them that he is the victim of a legal and political system that is biased against him. So we're seeing it sort of galvanize them in his favor. Now, there has been other polling that would suggest that a conviction in one of these upcoming cases, many of which are taking place next year, could impact their decision down the line. But as of now, these voters are prepared to vote for the former president come January when the Iowa caucuses takes place and the subsequent Republican primaries and caucuses.
Julia, I've got less than 60 seconds, but I've got to ask you this question. Next month's Republican debate airing right here on NewsNation will be the last chance for Mr. Trump's GOP rivals to try to win over his supporters on a national stage before January's crucial Iowa caucuses. They so far haven't made a dent in his lead. What do you see changing?
It's hard to see, tell what's going to change. We know that the requirements for this next NewsNation debate are going to be more difficult than past debates. So we're definitely going to be seeing a slimmed down stage. And I think we're going to see a stage that's going to put the spotlight on this emerging dynamic between Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley.
Oh, Julia, I cannot wait to talk to you after the debate to see how it all shakes out. Julia Manchester, live for us this morning. Julia, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.